Hi all and welcome to today's card creation. I'm going to be using this seasonal Sweetheart. It comes with coordinating dies. I've already cut all these coordinating dies out. So I'm just going to show you exactly the tools I'm going to need. So I've got a scoreboard, a permanent black ink. I'm going to be using a stamping press to help me, or a platform. I've got Copic paper. These are the wire snips I use to cut up all the Trinity stamps dies that match that stamp set. And I'm going to be basically partial die cutting this side folding white cardstock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Copic paper because I'm going to color in the main focal image and the coordinating little accessories that comes with this stamp set. Because I'm using a permanent black ink, I'm Copic coloring, I really want that image to come through. So I do feel like I need a platform to stamp the image twice. It all depends on the ink you're using, but I really wanted the black ink to stand out. So I will stamp it twice in this video. Now I've got the present, I have got like the lollipop, and I've got a teddy bear, and a gingerbread man. Now these four cute little accessories and all the accessories that come along work really well with this stamp set with that main girl. Now that main girl, when you die cut it out, it actually cuts out, partial die cuts out her hand, so you can insert all these little images like she's holding it. It's really gorgeous. We won't be using it in today's card, however it is a great option to be able to do and use. Now I'm going to be stamping that with my Ultra New permanent black ink, and I'm going to perform CPR. I'm going to open it again, and then I'm going to stamp again. It's just not as crisp as I really wanted it in the first time round, and I really with all my Copic coloring, I really want that to stand out. It's just a personal preference. Okay, and once I was happy with that, I start my coloring process. Now I will be using an array of Copics. I'll focus in a little bit more with my colouring, and hopefully I don't bore you too much in this process. I'm going to colour her little dress, I suppose, in a real rich red, and I wanted the dress and the coat to be really bright and vibrant, so I add very little shading, and I really only add darker red shading under the collar and under the arms because I'd really want to stick to this vibrancy of this red. So you see me here now just adding a little shading, and that's all I really do. That's the only shading I do, and then I just grab the same marker again and just blend that out a little. And that's all I do for my red dress. Now then I work my way to the rest of the girl. Once I've coloured this in, just making sure it's not streaky. I'm going to colour the boots in black. I've got the 100 here, but I am going to use my darkest of warm grey, which is W9. I'll use that first, then I'll add the black in just around like the top of the boot and the heel to add that little more depth, and then I'm going to leave a little bit of the front of the shoes white, and I just kind of want that to look like the shiny part of the shoes. And what I'll do is I'll enhance that a little bit more with a white gel pen, and that is towards the end where I add those little details. Now while I had the black marker out, I colour in the sleeves part, and I'm going to leave the hands as if they're white mittens, so I'm going to keep that white and just add my gel pen detail to it later. I am also going to colour in the scarf like that blacky kind of warm grey colour, and I'm going to colour the skin with the E53, I think it was. I can't remember now. Let me have a look. And then so it's quite a warm colour. I find this E53, she looks quite warm, and but I'm just new to my skin colouring. I'm still trying to find what I have a preference with, and again, I'm no colouring expert by all means. I just enjoy this process. I do add a little bit of blush there, I usually use R20, but I've used the Tea Rose E95 today. I think just because I've gone with a much warmer skin tone than I normally do. And then I'm going to work on the hair. Usually I just put streaks in for the hair to make it more realistic, but I felt a little bit lazy today. So what I did is I did the lightest color overall, and then I worked my way to the darkest color, and I just added like as if there were hair streaks throughout it. I suppose everyone's got their own method, but today was my lazy day. Okay, once I've done all the hair streaks, I move on to the white detailing as well. Now, with white detailing, some people use like white paint pens. I've got that on hand, but I tend to go for the gel pen, the Signo Uniball more so. So I add a little detail to the shoe. I add little freckles to her cheeks, and then the white mittens as well, and some details to the scarf. And that's really it. So I copy color off screen the rest of the little items here, and then I die cut them out with the coordinating dies. I've got my Martha Stewart small scoreboard tool here, and at the 2 1/8 inch mark I'm going to do some partial die cutting. So I put the whole girl card on here, and it's only going to cut where I put my plates. So that's where the partial die cutting comes into place. Now, once I have taken that off very carefully, I just fold this back, and I actually realized then I really just want that whole girl image, because I really wanted to put some pattern paper behind it. So I actually ended up cutting that off. So I've got my Fiskars scissors here, and I'm going to cut it off. So I just cut this whole panel off. I know, seems a bit weird, but it's just kind of like a little hatch of a card front here. Now, this is the Kaisercraft paper I'm going to play with. I'm going to mount it on some olive green cardstock, and that will be my inside of the card. Then I'm going to add these randomly to the front panel. I adhered that girl down with liquid adhesive just on the right hand side only, and then I'm going to foam mount squares here behind all these little images, and just placing them down. Now the image, the sentiment I'm going to be using is from Kaisercraft Papers collection, which I used in my last video. I have got heaps to use, and I just found the really like the gold foil detail on black really awesome. And there is my card creation. It's really simple card creation, something a little bit different for me anyway. I haven't done really much of partial die cutting, but I kind of just wanted something a little bit different and interesting. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's quick card creation, and don't forget to leave a comment. See you later.